Oh, what a day I've had. So, last 2 nights ago, because I had nowhere to pitch that tent, I decided to pitch the tent on the Asbury beach between um, Asbury Park and Ocean Grove. There's a small strip of beach called Neptune Beach. Um, I figured if I pitched the tent there and try to stay there, they wouldn't bother me because it was really not either the Asbury Park police nor the Ocean Grove police that would really like be bothering me. So, or whatever, the Neptune, I guess. Or it is Neptune, even though it's not Ocean Grove. So the first night I was there, it was okay. The next day it rained all day, so then nobody really went to the beach. Nobody bothered me. Last night was okay. This morning I woke up and I posted something yesterday about Asbury Park. It's ridiculous. It's become this Disney World, overpriced Disney World for the haves. Not the have-nots. So people that have money walk around and buy shit and see bands and whatever. It's compared to like 10 years ago when I first moved in and up to like even a few years back. It's become more wealthy and more people that have money that can go spend. I was gonna get a pizza last night. It was $8. I was hungry. I had $10 in my pocket, and there's nothing around there. There's just the Asbury Park Boardwalk, and there's no stores other than like a good 7-8 blocks west of there. So I was thinking, okay, $8 for a pizza, but it's a small little half of a pie almost thing, but it's so slight. So, but then I had $10. But then a soda cost $10. A soda cost $5. I asked them for a glass of water, free water, and they said no, we don't have free water, but we have bottled water for $4. All of which would have been too much for me, and I wasn't gonna eat the pizza there. It just got me pissed off. I really, the boardwalk has become this joke. It really is. Like I said, it's an overpriced Disney World for people. It's just got no. People walking around thinking like, they're so, I'm on the Asbury Park Boardwalk, look at me, Right, so what I saw in New York happened, So this morning I went and instead of paying $5, I took a walk it's about a mile west to go to a 7-Eleven and get a bottle of water. That was not $5. When I walked back, all my stuff, my tent was gone. And inside the tent I had a sleeping bag, it was a big size tent. It was a three person tent, almost tent. You can actually stand up in it. Someone gave me sleeping bag, a pair of a knapsack with clothes, like all my clothes and some toiletry, full of the food that I ended up going to Target last night and buying with a gift card because I had no money last night. Oh yeah, I had $10, but I had to spend $10 for a cab to get to Target so I can buy some food, and then I walked it all back. I then bought, let's see what else. A pair of sneakers, my one nice pair of New Balance sneakers that I had bought that were finally comfortable for my feet. That's the only nice pair I had. See documents for when I got arrested. Some other things. I came back and it was all gone, just picked up and gone. Probably taken by either the Asbury Park or Neptune police or beach patrol, because you're not supposed to be pitching tents on the beach, just it's because they're eyesores for the people that have to pay money to get on the beach, $10 or $12 this time for a day at the Asbury Park beach. Woo-hoo. So I lost everything today. So I didn't even have a shirt on because I lost my t-shirt and I literally had to walk t-shirt with no t-shirt through Asbury. Finally, I ended up finding a cab that I paid him. I had $8 in my pocket. I said, look, man, can you please take me to my storage unit? It's up in Eatontown. I said, just take me as close as you can to it, and I'll give you $8. And the guy was nice. He was an Afghani, and he was talking about what's happening down here to the poor, and he completely understood. And he actually brought me all the way up here for $8, which is usually the ride would cost about $15, $16 from Asbury. Now I'm at my storage unit. I'll be here for a little bit. I'm trying to sell maybe like some people who can't call me. A lot of people are interested in these massage tables that I've already sold. I have one left, so I think maybe that'll be $50. And then somebody from Occupy Wall Street. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you. She sent me $50 in Cash App, and that helped. And then this other girl, Laura from Cali, sent me $44 in Cash App. So I have some money in Cash App now, but I ended up spending between having to buy food now, having to buy some other things that I needed. I don't have a razor blade to shave with, man, because it was in the fucking bag. I don't have a toothbrush or a toothpaste because it was in the fucking bag. So all the money that they sent me, I'm not gonna have to use to replace the things that I lost last night. And now I had 90 in the 94. Now I have 44 in there. So, I want to talk about what's happening in Asbury Park in the last 10 years that I've seen. It's called gentrification. Anybody know what gentrification is? It's when rich people come in and push poor people out. So, Asbury Park used to be, 10 years ago, used to be, there's a good amount of African American, Hispanic, and white poor. Poor. That's it. Poor. Yeah, and an apartment, if you wanted to get an apartment in Asbury Park, 10 years ago, even up to like 3-4 years ago, you can get a decent apartment for like, one bedroom for $1,000, sometimes $800, right? Depending on which neighborhood you were in, right? But this is what happened is that since Asbury Park became a Disney World for the rich, prices were rich, and that big building that they built that used to, for years I saw it as being just like, unfinished, just in colony, unfinished, and all of a sudden, boom, it's there. You know it. You go to Asbury Park, you look up, it's the one building that towers over everything. It's kind of like that, the 1% building that towers over all of the poor. It's almost like, the castle that towers over all the peasants around. Right? So that, So that's what's happening now. What I've seen now in the last maybe 4 or 5 years strongly is a lot of six-figure people that were making good money, and nothing against the gay community. I have nothing against LGBTQ, God, whatever it is. But what happens is that the rich LGBTQ homosexuals, LGBTQ coming in and buying these homes and then fixing them up and then reselling them. So we have this house that was $124,000. We'll fix it up, we'll build it up, we'll do this now, and then we'll do all the other homes like this, and then all of a sudden they're $450,000. There's somebody that bought a house 5 years ago for $200,000. Now it's worth $750,000. And that's Asbury Park, right? But now it's this side and this side, right? You have this side of Asbury Park, you have this side of Asbury Park, right? You have two sides, right? And they start mostly on this side, which is Lake Drive, all the way to the end, going towards a deal, right? And you have the other side going towards Ocean Grove and then Bradley, right? And then it's okay, so what I seen happening, houseboard, up. Ooh, let's see what we can do with this. Now we can offer so much for this. And I'm not making fun of the gay community. Just the ones that fucking did this to the fucking Asbury Park, and I don't fucking like it all. I'm not prejudiced. I'm not anti anything, except for I'm anti fucking rich, and I'm anti fucking money, and I'm anti fucking 1%. So now what's happening? Okay, to Asbury Park is gentrification. Push them out. Push all the poor people out. And poof! Where they go? They gotta go west to Lakewood and all these places that now, these are people that were born and raised, and generations in Asbury Park are being pushed out because they can't afford to live there anymore. So it's boom, 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 boom. There's one area of Asbury Park right now left. So of course it's on the other side of the tracks. It's on the Browntown version of the tracks. Because anything close to the beach now is pretty much like that, But then the other side is just boom, 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 push them out. And I was talking to the cab driver last night. He was saying, I talked to the people years ago, telling them we got to go to city council. We got to get in there and stop these people from doing it. Nobody did it, and now they're doing it. I saw this happening in New York. In places like Brooklyn, outside of New York, out of Manhattan, where it was too expensive. Then they went out to the boroughs and places like Red Hook, in Brooklyn. Everybody know Red Hook in Brooklyn? Project in Red Hook, and then they turned into let's see, Park Slope, and let's see what else, Carroll Gardens, and Brooklyn Heights is always like that, but Carroll Gardens is it was used to be Red Hook. Somebody told me. pushed them out, pushed them out. I saw it happen in New York. That's why I left New York City. And now I see it happening in Asbury Park. Bump, 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 bump. Give it 3 more years and every poor person in Asbury Park will be pushed out. And what will be left is the community that has money, just like in Bradley Beach, and where else is that? Avon, and all these places now that, we don't see any poor people left anymore. Once in a while, we see a black person or a Hispanic person, but they're working for us. They're cutting our grass, or they're cleaning our house. Yeah, it gets me really pissed off. Gentrification is the process of removing the poor in homes that are very old. Somebody said, Asbury Park, wow, this is why is there so many poor people here? We can make so much money if we just fix up the homes and then make them so much more valuable than they are. Because Asbury Park, that's where Bruce Springsteen is from. And it's all the fancy stuff. Now we could raise the prices to make it into a fancy overpriced Disney World, and then all the homes behind it will be people that I want to live in Asbury Park now, because Asbury Park is so cool now, because it has all this nothing. It has no class, no style. Even the art is bullshit. Everything about Asbury is fucking complete garbage and bullshit now. That's what gentrification does, man. It pushes out creativity, it pushes out poverty, it pushes out anything that it doesn't feel that it's part of the plan to make it so much more for us. You know how much money motherfuckers made off of those homes, fixing them up and then reselling them? I bought it for $124,000. All we had to do was rip up the baseboard and rip up this and rip up that and do this and add this and that's worth $450,000. We made so much money. And the people that sold, they sold, fuck it, I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. He offered me a good amount of money for this. Yeah, he offered me $200,000 for a home that I bought for $80,000. And now he fixed it up and now he's selling it for $750,000. Fools. That's what they want you to do. The guy, my taxi I was talking to yesterday, he was talking about there's an area around Prospect by the Boys and Girls Club, and this guy didn't want to sell. He says his friend just didn't want to sell. He said, no, I don't give a shit. I'm not selling. And you know what they did? They got the Asbury Park, municipal bullshit things to go down there and say, years ago there was problems with the land down here in the Boys and Boys. There's problems with the water, gas coming up from L tanks and all this. There's all this that's contaminated. So we're gonna have to see if what's contaminated here, and it's gonna cost you about $10,000 for us to pull up anything that was buried in here. Then you got the money to do that? You don't got the money to do that? Oh well, then hey, maybe you should go back and try to sell the house because we're gonna have to do it, and if you're not, you're gonna have to pay for it. Or if not, you're gonna have to, you're gonna citation after citation for this. All this gas is leaking up. That's killing people. I wonder how many people in the Asbury Park Council were paid off to do that to them, right? So my man, he said, yeah, and then my man was forced to sell, and he ended up having to sell because of this bullshit. Corrupt. Real estate. All that shit is, I heard that Trump has something to do with all that shit too, with Asbury Park, just like the other guy, his son-in-law with the Long Branch, he's taking over Long Branch now. So that's gentrification. I only got 15% on this thing now because every time I go charge this thing, I only get about 20%. Because I gotta sit there for fucking an hour to get 20% on this phone. But it's alright. I got it. But you have to understand something. Right? You remember Sandy 11 years ago, right? 12, 10 years ago, whatever, 11 years ago I think it was. 2012, no, 10 years ago. That destroyed Manasquan and all those beautiful homes, and made people put them on stilts now. If you don't have stilts, then you lose it. Sorry. What comes around goes around. It's a law of attraction. The things that you're doing to the poverty class and what you did to me, because I'm an example right now of what's going on there. A small example, and it's allowing me to fucking talk about it very freely. As much as I want to and as much as I can, because I don't give a flying fuck, because I got nothing. You already took everything from me. You took my girlfriend, which I don't even consider. I don't even know what the fuck. I had 7 years with her. She does not help me at all through this process. So forget about her. My house that I fucking bought with her that she fucking stole from me. My business that was ripped away from me. My car that was ripped away from me. And now the last of my belongings, except for this stuff in the storage unit that was ripped to me last night, they're all taken away. So I don't got nothing else to lose, motherfuckers. What are you gonna take? Take my life away, Pete? Because if you take my life away, then Shiva comes and I go, I'm ready for that, man. Thank God, please take my life, because if you don't, I'm gonna keep on talking and I'm gonna keep on talking and I'm gonna keep on talking until somebody fucking listens. Gentrification, we just love it. Again, no fun of the LGBTQ community. Fun of the assholes, the ones that are rich enough to fucking do this to the poor class in Asbury Park. And you know who you are if you happen to be watching this. So, what I'm saying here is that what's happening all around Asbury, what comes around goes around, fellas. Superstorm Sandy was hit. You know how Superstorm Sandy was created? By El Nino. You know what El Nino is? Warm waters, extremely warm waters, because the record high temps causes effect where storms are creating the Atlantic, and they come and just slam the fucking the northeast of America. America. That you stole from fucking the natives of this country that were actually taking care of the planet, not drilling into Mother Earth and sucking out her blood, and then building all these fancy homes. They're gonna get pulverized by the next storm. That's what my guys are telling me. So they're telling me to tell you, warning you. I was warning people about Sandy. That's why I wasn't Occupy Wall Street, and we got slammed, and the next year, and we got everything got raided, and we lost all our encampments all around the world on Occupy Wall Street. And then what happened then? Sandy hit next year. So my thing is that what comes around goes around. Law of attraction. You've done this all to the poor. Yeah, they're pushing them out, man. And eventually, what's going to happen? You guessed it, buddy boy. You guessed it, buddy boy. All these rich homes that people are buying up in Asbury will be fucking flattened, just like the ones in Manasquan that were. And all the fucking coastal communities up here 10 years ago. 11-year cycle, solar cycles, 2001, 2012, 2023. Between the next 3 months and 1 year, you're going to see some really fucked up things that happen to the north, to the Jersey Shore. I'm here, and I'm seeing it, and I'm now showing you based on what's happening to me. That's exactly what I did 11 years ago, and that's what I'm doing now. So. Good luck with that, and good luck with the poverty class and what happened to me last night and what you're doing to them, because you're using them and you're pushing them out as they needed, and that you think there's a God up there that wants you to do that, take land ownership of Mother Earth and say human beings cannot share it equally and cannot just go there and you have to pay you to go on it. So those people that made all that shit private or whatever, city owned, that's there's only certain people can go on here. You gotta pay. You think all those people, all that is something that God wants you to do? If you believe in a God, if you don't believe in a God, that's fine. That's what I'm thinking. But if you believe in a God and you think that there's a God up there that wants you to fucking restrict people and take things away from the poverty class and then rip them away and then push them out, you just wait. Just wait to see what happens in the next few years. Next year, actually. I was going 2023, 2022, 23 years to 2025, which is the end of Kali Yuga, but this is going to be the beginning of it in the next 3 months to a year. And then after that, it's just going to gradually increase. There's no letdown there. It's going to gradually increase to 2025 until it's all washed away. Yeah. You better hope I'm wrong, because if I'm not, as you see that fucking tidal wave come in, as you see that storm coming in that's going to flatten you, you remember my words, and you remember what I'm saying to you, that you had a chance. And like every other time that it's happened before you, instead of looking at the reason why these things happen, you just say, oh, it's a solar storm, it's a storm, and whatever it is, it's only going to happen every once in a while. Let's just keep on building. Let's just keep on pushing out and making a lot of money. Because, money's more important than human and planetary life. And if you think there's a civilization that's going to somehow evolve into something better, making money more important than human planetary life, well, you got a lot to learn. Civilizations before you died for the same reason. wiped away from the same reason from Mother Earth. And unfortunately, what I'm seeing, what I'm telling God every night when I talk to Him, He, she, it, is exactly the same. So, good luck with that. And don't forget the word gentrification. It's just a wonderful little buzzword that just reflects exactly what Asbury Park is being subjected to. Yeah. I'm not even going to say namaste at this point. What I'm going to say is, fuck.